7. A tall order phrase, a request that is difficult to fulfill, anuchit mang. Synonyms: unreasonable, awkward, contrary, difficult, tiresome, annoying. Antonym: convenient, reasonable, prudent, logical. Example: to score 4 goals in one game is a tall order even for Ronaldo. Ab initio adverb, from the beginning, आरंभ से, from the start, initially, originally, from first principle, to begin with, to start with, primarily. To start with, primarily, lastingly, in the end. Ab initio RPS were dominant in the game, were in the and MI played in a superb way. Abandon verb, give up or leave completely a practice or a course of action. छोड़ देना, परित्याग करना. Demit, chuck up, renounce, abnegate. Antonym: restraint, continual. Example: the police finally had to abandon their search after looking for the lost child for over a year. Related: abandonment, परित्याग. Forms: abandon, abandoned, abandoned. Abandon verb, meaning cease to support or look after someone, giving up completely a practice or a course of action. छोड़ देना, relinquish, disclaim, abjure, renounce, forego. Antonym: embrace, maintain, accept. Example: the captain gave the order to abandon ship. Abandonment, noun, to give up the control or influence of another person or agent, to give up the intent. परित्यागता, अपसर्जन, छोड़ना. Pretermission, recantation, renouncement, relinquishment. Antonym: constraint, restraint. Example: the abandonment of the newborn baby is a dumpster is being treated by police as a possible murderer attempt. Related: abandon verb, छोड़ देना. Forms: abandon, abandoned, abandoned. Abash verb, make someone feel embarrassed, disconcerted or ashamed. लज्जित करना, शर्मिंदा करना. Synonym: embarrass, feel or make ashamed, humiliate, disconcerted. Antonym: calm, soothe, enlighten. Example: because he doesn't have any empathy, the evil man finds it fun to abash and embarrass other. Unabashed, adjective, disconcerted. Forms: abash, abashed, abashed. Abashed, adjective, embarrassed, लज्जित, घबराया हुआ, disconcerted, chagrined, mortified, confused. Antonym: composed, undaunted, emboldened. Emboldened. Example: Mitali felt terribly abased when she walked into the wrong hotel room. Abate verb, of something unpleasant or severe become less intense or widespread, making something less intense. शांत होना, धीमा होना. Synonyms: lessen, diminish, moderate, decline, ebb, slacken. Antonym: develop, enlarge, expand, extend. Example: with any luck the storm will abate soon, so we can still have our own picnic. Abatement, noun. Forms: abate, abated, abated. Abdicate verb, fall to fulfill or undertake a responsibility or duty, so give up. अधिकार को त्यागना. Synonyms: relinquish, forsake, forego, reject. Antonym: maintain, continue, challenge, stay. Example: of course it is easier to abdicate your responsibility than to be a good citizen. Related: abdication, noun, adhikar, tyag, abdicator, noun, parityagi. Forms: abdicate, abdicated, abdicated. So the abdicate verb, meaning fail to fulfill or undertake a responsibility or duty, to relinquish something such as sovereign power, formally tyagna. Synonyms: spurn, renounce, abnegate, abjure. Antonym: accept, undertake, assume, shoulder. Example: the aging founder of the university decided to abdicate. Abdicating verb, give up, such as power as of monarch and emperor, or duties and obligation. गद्दी छोड़ देना. Synonyms: forego, relinquish, renounce, step down, vacate. Example: when King Edward VIII abdicated in December 1936, it was a shock to the nation. Forms: abdicates, abdicating, abdicated. Abdication, noun, failure to fulfill a responsibility or duty, so relinquished. Adhikar, tyag, padityag. Resignation, slapping down, relinquishment, abjuration, repudiation. Antonym: ascension, take over. Example, since the dictator of that country will not simply abdicate his position, we must go to war to remove him from power. Related, abdicate verb त्याग करना forms abdicate, abdicated, abdicated. Abdication noun, a formal resignation, renunciation of powers. पद त्याग synonyms, abandonment, relinquishment, renunciation, stepping down. Antonym, buck, occupy, adoption. Example, after his abdication he married the countess and spent the rest of his life in quiet retirement. Abduct verb, to carry away as a person forcibly or unlawfully. अपहरण करना synonyms, kidnap, hijack, steal, capture. Antonym, rescue, restore, return. Example, the gangster planned to abduct the industrialist's young son and demand a huge ransom from her family. Abducted. Aberration. Aberration noun, meaning a departure from what is normal, usual or expected. Vipdhan synonyms, deviation, anomaly, peculiarity, eccentricity. Antonym, normalcy, familiarity, regularly, routine. Example, they described the outbreak of violence in the area as an aberration. Abet verb, encourage or assist someone to do something wrong, in particular to commit a crime. अपराध में सहायक होना, सहप्रतिवाद करना. Synonyms, provoke, collaborate, connive, collude. Antonym, halt, discourage, dissuade, oppose. During the press conference, the president vowed severe consequences for any person or group who chose to abet the terrorist. Forms, abet, abetted, abetted. Abet verb, IPC 306, encourage or assist someone to commit a crime, बुरे काम में के लिए उकसाना. Support, back, encourage, assist. Antonym, inhibit, discourage, hinder. Example, he was not guilty of murder but guilty of aiding and abetting others. Related, abated. Abatement noun, the act of helping or encouraging someone to do something wrong or illegal. दुष्प्रेरण, sapradhan. Synonyms, aid, assistant, instigation, succor. Antonym, deterrence, discouragement, hindrance. Example, it would be wrong to treat the offense of abatement lightly. Abetting verb, encourage or assist someone to do something wrong, in a particular to commit a crime or other offense. बुरे काम के लिए उकसाना. Synonyms, incite, assist, ferment, instigate. Antonym, hinder, obstruct, deter, thwart. Example, he was not guilty of murder but was guilty of aiding and abetting others. Related, abated. Abeyance noun, meaning a state of not happening or being used at present. दुविधा, निलंबन. Synonyms, suspension, remission, democracy, questions. Antonym, operation, action, continuation. Example, the law was held in abeyance for well over 20 years. Abhor verb, regard with disgust and hatred. घृणा करना. Synonym, abominate, despise, detest, loathe. Antonym, love, admire, cherish. Example, she abhors the way people leave their trash at the picnic site in the park. Related, abhorred. Abhorrence noun, a strong feeling of hate paired with feeling of loathing. A self feeling of revulsion, disgusted, loathing. Vidvesh. Synonyms, abomination, detestation, malice, loathing, odium. Antonym, kindness, like, love. Example, because either is a spoiled heiress, she looks upon homeless people with abhorrence. Related, abhor. Abhorrent noun, forms abhor, abhorred. Abhorrence noun, a feeling of revulsion, disgusted, loathing, घृणा. Synonyms, detestation, revulsion, abomination, repugnance. Antonyms, adoration, love, admiration, fondness. Example, he has a great abhorrence of medicine. Abhorrent adjective, causing or deserving strong dislike or hatred. घिनौना, घृणित. Synonym, detestable, loathsome, obnoxious, repugnant. Antonym, admirable, palatable, appreciative, pleasant. Example, as I looked around the filthy apartment, I had to wonder who could live in such abhorrent conditions. Abhorrent adjective, meaning inspiring disgust and loathing, repugnant, offensive to the mind. घिनौना. Synonyms, abominable, obnoxious, detestable, revolting. Antonym, appealing, innocuous, inoffensive. Example, racism of any kind is abhorrent to me.